Welcome back to part two. Let's keep moving here. You're at the bottom of the second page. It says page 127 on your notes. It's because it prints them all as a giant group, but second page of your notes. There, problem two. Let's just keep going here so we can get through this. Writing and evaluating a function rule. Next question. Okay, another got it question for you. So there is a kennel, and it charges, let's look at this, it charges $15 a day to board dogs. Upon arrival, each dog must have a flea bath that costs $12. It's a one-time charge. You show up, you take a bath, it costs you $12, then you pay $15 per day. Write a function rule, okay, for the total cost for n days of the boarding plus a bath. And then it says how much would a 10-day stay cost. So you have a couple questions that you're working through here. One is the function rule, and number two is the how much would it cost you for 10 days. So let's think about this function rule first. Okay, the total cost is a function, gotta abbreviate there, of the number of days. It stays. In other words, the total cost depends on the number of days you stay. Okay, so you can hear that total cost depends, total cost is dependent variable of number of days. That's the independent variable there. Okay, so when we write this, the way that we would write that is we'd say t for total is a function of the number of days equals, and then we would have that equation that represents that with the n variable in there. Okay, so let's look at that. T, that's the total cost. You always want to define your variables. I'll actually give you points for that on the test. If you just tell me what the variable is whenever there's a word problem. T, total cost. It's always going to be in the problem too. It's going to be the things that are the variables. Total cost, there's T. Okay, number of days is N. There's 1 point for you if you just do that on a test or a quiz with a word problem. N, number of days. Tell me what your variables are. Important. Okay, this part is just, this is what should be going through your head, so you don't have to write all of this part down. I'm okay if you can go from here to the equation, but we'll fill it out because it's here. If you pay $15 a day to board your dog, how much will it cost for n days? Well, it's 15 times whatever n is. Okay, so that's just the algebra expression right there with the variable. But you also have to pay $12 for the flea bath. Now that's a one-time fee. Okay, so that's $12. All right, if you put those together, that's your formula. T equals 15n plus 12. And again, you could also write that T of n is equal to 15n plus 12. Again, understanding that these are the same things, but in higher math classes, you're going to see that function rule a lot more and need to have an idea of what they're talking about here. It just means y, it just means whatever that dependent variable is. Okay, so then it says now evaluate t for n equals 10. All right, well here we know that t is equal to 15n plus 12. So we're just going to substitute. Put the 10 in there. You got 15 times 10 plus 12. Work it out. T is equal to 162. That's 162 dollars for a 10-day stay at the kennel. All right, and then let's go on. You know what I'm going to do? That's a short one, but I'm going to stop it and restart another one because the next one is also a long and tricky problem, and I just think it'd be easier and less pressure. So short videos. So yeah, let's do that. We'll be right back.